guys, welcome back to the channel. I am super excited about this weekend. I've been looking forward to it for a few weeks now. I am headed about 2.5 hours north out of the Twin Cities, and I'm going to check out Minnesota's newest adventure trail. It's the North Central Minnesota Adventure Trail. It's not released yet, so my plan this weekend, I have 3 days, is to go up and run it for the first time, do some recon and see what roads are public and if there's any gates and things like that. Now, this trail was created by the same guy that created the Southeast Minnesota Adventure Trail, which has been hugely successful. So he made this one, and I was in contact with him, and he was looking for some folks to run it. So nobody's done it yet, and he hasn't even really released it yet. So this is a chance to go out, check it out, make sure there's nothing that's on private property or gated that you can't get a truck through, and make sure that we can mark sections that have, you know, if they're really technical or if it's just gravel roads, and people can have a better idea of what they can expect if they come up to run it. So stick around, it's going to be a lot of fun. I had cleared this weekend a few months ago to do some sort of adventure in the truck. I was thinking of doing the Southeast Minnesota Adventure Trail, but when Jake, who mapped out that route, and the North Central Minnesota Adventure Trail, asked for someone to run this new trail for the first time, I jumped at the opportunity. Well, I just topped off my gas tank at Motley, and I'm still about 20 miles from my starting point. Now I'm starting at the southernmost point, which is near the Spider Lake area, and I'm going to run it counterclockwise. The entire loop is about 400 miles, and my plan is to finish up Sunday, so let's get going. Well, hey guys, I'm officially on the trail, and I'm going to head north and east and start working my way to Pine River. Right away, I could tell the first part of my drive was going to be gravel farm roads. But that's okay, it's a beautiful day, and I hadn't been up in this part of the state for quite a few years. Sure is pretty country. Okay, I'm on the section of the trail headed towards Pine River, and I just wanted to note that I rode through the area called Bungo Creek, and it's a mix of gravel and pavement and farmland. Located in Cass County, the Bungo Creek area is sparsely populated, but I bet it gets fairly busy when the deer hunting season comes around. The name comes from George Bonga, a fur trader, entrepreneur, and translator of Ojibwe and Black descent. Fluent in French, Ojibwe, and English, he must have been a popular and influential man in this area as Minnesota reached statehood. I am in the town of Pine River, and I'm just taking a break by this great little park by the river. Pine River is going to be a good place if you need to use restroom, gas up, grab some food. And that stretch I did from basically the bottom of Spider Lake area to here was just gravel and pavement, farm roads, nothing technical or anything like that. But Pine River, what a beautiful little spot to take a break. So I just left Pine River and I'm headed east, and the section of the trail is on the highway here, and it runs along the Bunyan scenic byway. Pretty little drive. Stretching 54 miles, the Bunyan scenic byway is an impeccably paved highway through Crow Wing and Cass counties. Travelers will find great opportunities to hike walking trails, ride bikes, enjoy local parks and lakes, and see historical sites along its way. Well, alright, I just turned off of Highway 1, which is a beautiful paved road, and we traded it for a minimum maintenance road, so very cool. That's what it's all about. This dirt section north is the westernmost part of the north-central Minnesota adventure route. The warm sun and tall grass along the shoulder make this part of the trail a wonderful place to be. I was making some good time as I moved north on the minimum maintenance road, or the old grade trail as it's named, and as I kept going, a bright yellow field came into view, and I knew it was definitely time to stop and smell the flowers. Well, I'm headed north on the minimum maintenance road, and I saw the huge field of yellow coneflowers. I had to stop. Absolutely beautiful. What a great time of year to do this route. Wonderful. It just goes on and on and on, these yellow flowers. So beautiful. Well, this gravel stretch going north on the minimum maintenance road has been long, but it's been a really good road. There's some washboard, but it's not too bad. But it's well groomed. It's widens out as we go north, and they've mowed the grass along the edges too. And it's just a nice drive. It follows power lines as it goes north, so I'm sure that's the reason why the road is here. But yeah, it's not bad at all. It's an enjoyable drive. We are headed around the area of Little Boy Lake and going to be rolling into the town of Longville shortly. Kind of a resort town, very pretty. Nice lakes around here. Obviously, it's Minnesota. Well, alright, I think I may have already found our first issue on the route. I just went east out of Longville on County Road 7, and it turned north on the gravel road, and it's marked as a dead end. It looks like it's going to roll into the Leech Lake Reservation. I'm going to go ahead and take it north and see if it actually does dead end, or if it turns into private property or reservation property. We can't go on there. But anyway, I'll check it out, but I think we might have our first issue. Well, okay, it does look like the route comes to all those mailboxes, and then you have to take a right, which then takes you off the mapped trail. It looks like I might be able to go a few more miles up and then back around to the west to catch the trail again. I'll try it, but it might just be private property or something else. I'm not going to turn around yet and go back to Longville, but if this doesn't pan out, then it's probably going to be a little bypass on this section. Stay tuned. Yeah, we're gonna do this. All right, well, I thought I would try it, and I went, I don't know, 25 yards maybe. And it's pretty much an ATV trail, and I think I'm on reservation land. I think I know I am. So I'm not quite sure if the off-highway vehicle rules apply here. There was an off-highway vehicle sign on the other side of the road before I turned off. But, and I have my sticker, and a valid sticker, but I don't know, again, if the rules apply here. And it was just looking a little bit sketchy in terms of where it was going to go, and I'm by myself. So, and I don't really feel like walking it because the horse flies are horrible. So I'm just going to head back to Longville, and we'll just kind of note this, and maybe it's something we'll have to research later on. But we'll probably have to note this as a bypass for now. All right, so behind me is the road that is supposed to continue on and then take me back to Longville. It's behind me here. It's definitely just a grass mowed area, and then it does dead end. And so I think this is going to have to be something that's going to be reworked. But right now it doesn't look like something that we're going to be able to drive through. So we'll have to do a little bit of revising. Hey guys, I'm in Longville. I stopped to have a sandwich, and I'm parked next to a cool little in-town channel that's got pontoons and comes up to a supper club here, Patrick's. But yeah, it's kind of a cool place. Let's focus here. There we go. And I'm just, like I said, grabbing a bite. Then I'm going to start heading west along the south side of Leech Lake and make my way to Walker. So far, it's been a beautiful drive. No issues other than that spur that was northeast out of town here. Ran into some private land and then ran into looked like to be an ATV trail. So I think that's something we probably don't want on there, but I'll leave that for Jake to figure out. But otherwise, it's going great. Beautiful day, beautiful drive. Very happy. I wasn't long on the highway headed west out of Longville when it became time to once again turn onto the gravel and enter into a national forest. This inviting road, Woodtick Trail, quickly became one of my favorite sections to drive on day one of the trail. So this stretch of gravel, Woodtick Trail, is an absolutely beautiful drive. Wow, it's a really nice wide road, not too sandy, and yeah, it's in the Chippewa National Forest, so it's just a well-maintained, beautiful forest road. Very enjoyable. So that little paved section took us around 10 Mile Lake, and we are back on gravel now as we work our way towards Walker. It looks like it could rain up here though. It's kind of dark up here. 34 north headed towards Walker, and that gravel stretch had some construction on it, local traffic only. I was able to get through. I wasn't sure if I was going to get in trouble or not, or get stuck and have to turn around 7 miles, but I got through. So that'll probably be cleared up in the next few months. So just be aware of that as you work your way towards Walker. It's pretty dark. I just pulled into a quick trip here in Walker, and there looks to be some storm clouds rolling through pretty quick. I'm going to check the radar and make sure that I'm not driving into something that's dangerous. But yeah, it's pretty dark and windy right now. Yep, there's definitely a line of storms coming through, probably for the next hour or so. And the route I'm taking would actually take me deeper into the heart of the storms, and there's some dark purple up there. So I think what I'm going to do is sit tight here for a little bit and see if this will go through in the next 45 minutes or so. It kind of stinks, but I'd rather do that than be knee deep in the Chippewa forest and have some major severe weather go through. So I'm just going to hang tight. This decision to wait out the heavy rain was a good one, because in an hour or so I would find myself fender deep in some of the roughest forest driving that I had been in quite a long time. Alright, so I got a little sick of sitting at the gas station, so I kind of got out in the rain and drove down the Walker Bay Road and then back to the boat landing here. And it's just gray and rainy, and I'm hoping it passes through. I'm not sure how much I want to camp if it's raining like this, because it looks like there might be more stuff coming in from the west. It's 3:40 right now. I'd like to finish some of the route and get to Akeley if possible. There's a city campground there that I could camp at. Otherwise, I might just see if I can find a hotel, which could be tricky on a summer Friday night, especially if the weather's bad and everybody has the same idea. Alright, so here's the deal. It's still raining in Walker, and it's 4:20. So I've decided that I'm going to wimp out and I'm going to get a hotel room, because it's not supposed to stop raining until like 9 o'clock. And I'm pretty sure I don't want to set a tent up, dispersed camping at 9 o'clock at night. That's not what I want to do. But what I am going to do is go ahead and run the route that runs between Walker and Akeley. Then I'm going to come back to a room that I reserved in Walker and stay there tonight. So I'll get a little bit more of the route done here before I call it a day, knowing that I can get back and have a nice warm bed and hot shower and warm breakfast. I'll take it. But yeah, it's a good route right now, and I'm anxious to do this little section. It'll be a little muddy, but it's gonna be fun too. So all right, here we go. After turning north off Highway 12 and into the Chippewa National Forest, I quickly could see I had a handful of narrow off-road driving ahead of me. Many of you have asked about large vehicles and pulling trailers on the route. It's this part of the adventure trail that you'll have to measure the amount of risk you'd like to take. To be honest, I was a bit nervous here about being solo despite having the proper recovery gear. At this point, the trail had me going straight down into a ravine. It was very overgrown and I wasn't going to do that. So I decided to back up and go onto the 2-track that headed off to the right. Well, that section was just awesome. That's probably the most gnarly off-road stuff I've done in the truck. Very wet, gets very narrow. I probably pinstriped the truck, but things were wet, so maybe that helps. But it got really narrow and really overgrown. I did deviate from the track a little bit, and it was probably for the better. It did have it going down into a deep ravine, and I wasn't going to do that. It was very overgrown. But yeah, that was pretty fun, I gotta say. Should I be out here by myself? I don't know. I kind of wish I had a bud along, but I'll be all right. I'll be all right. It's better now. Well, hey guys, I am stopped at a little trailhead in the Paul Bunyan State Forest, and I gotta say, this run on these trails between Walker and on my way to Akeley has been just amazing. Narrow 2-track, challenging 2-track, sketchy 2-track, scary 2-track, beautiful gravel roads, and I basically have had it to myself. It's been wonderful. Big puddles to splash through, everything a boy could ask for, right? It's just been a great drive. I am going to continue on. There's a little bit left, and then I'm going to head back to Walker. It did stop raining, but I think there's another band of rain coming, so yeah, I got a hotel. I probably could try to put a tent up now, but a ground tent in this mess, and the mosquitoes are out too, and it's just really bad. If it hadn't rained, I probably would have stuck with camping, but I'm going to get back to the hotel at some point and start editing a little bit of video and post some stuff, but not quite done yet today, but just want to let you know that this is a great drive, and so far I am loving this route. Jake, you've done a great job, and I can't wait to get on to the next day portions as well. So hang tight, we're not quite done yet. Alright, I hope you stuck around because we are once again on another minimal maintenance road. Travel at your own risk. And after the rain we just had, there's quite a bit of washing out going on, but I seem to be making it through, and hopefully I'll make it to the end. Driving the roads and trails in Minnesota State Forest is often as clear as mud. These next few sections are posted forest roads, but with no change in signage, they would seem to devolve into ATV routes. It's sometimes got confusing on whether or not my truck, even with an OHV sticker, was allowed on these narrow, twisty trails. Well, hey guys, it is about 7 o'clock and I am off the technical section, and I'm back on the highway, and I'm going to head back to Walker where I got the hotel. There's rain that's about ready to roll in here, and I'm running through the town of Akeley, and I'm about 12 miles away. I'm going to wrap up this portion of the video here today. Tomorrow I'm going to get up and then continue on this new Central Minnesota Adventure Trail. So far I'm really impressed with it. This last bit that we just did, I'm a little concerned that we're falling into ATV trails, and it's a little confusing in Minnesota. They don't do it right, you know. It's like a minimum maintenance road and you're fine, and then suddenly you're in an ATV park. So we got to kind of figure that out. But it's been great and challenging and fun, and it's nice to put the truck through its paces, and I'm glad I have a lift and four-wheel drive and all that good stuff. So, well, until tomorrow, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you liked what you've seen so far, please give it a like. And a subscribe helps me out too. That'd be great. I'm trying to get to 1,000. So until tomorrow, I will see you guys down the road. Thanks for watching.